Hey guys, it's T with charlamakayav.com. Happy, oh my god, I don't remember what day it is again. That's cray cray. I think it's Monday. Anyway, just wanted to say hi and pop on here and give you some tips if you suffer from depression, anxiety, or high blood pressure. There's something very simple and easy you can do. It's something I really have known about for a long time, but really just started. Hey Lindsay, I actually have a certification in yoga and Pilates, and so I know already about some deep breathing principles, but I don't know if people are aware how shallow we breathe a lot of the times. You know, we're trained to basically suck in our stomachs and walk around like that. So what happens is we start breathing from our chest, right, and from our shoulders almost, versus breathing from our diaphragm. And what happens is, because of that, it's very easy to take short, shallow breaths. And when you start taking short, shallow breaths, that basically mimics, you know, our predecessors from many years ago who would be out in the wild, you know, being chased by bears and animals, and their adrenaline, their cortisol would spike, and so their pupils would get dilated, their breathing would get really fast in order to, like, that fight or flight, to kind of like run away from that threat, right? But then we tend to do that on a daily basis when we breathe really shallow, and we do this because a lot of people are stressed and we're just not trained to breathe properly unless you're like a professional singer. And so really what you need to do is you need to exhale twice as long as you inhale. So we're all like, you know, that kind of breathing, right? You really have to breathe from your belly and breathe in, like, maybe let's say 4 seconds of breathing in, you would breathe out for 8 seconds. And there's an app to help you with this. It only takes 15 minutes, about 3 to 4 times a week. I'm trying to do it daily now because this is around the time of the year my mom died. Even though I'm taking my CBD oil, I've been feeling high anxiety. It always happens around the anniversary of her death, or around the holidays, anything that reminds me of her. So literally last night I did this. There's an app called Breathe to Relax. So like the number 2, Breathe to Relax. It's free. And literally just a woman saying, inhale, you know, and exhale. It sounds very simple, like how could this really help? Well, it helps because, again, we're not very aware of our own breathing patterns. And you have to exhale, like I said, twice as long, because what happens is carbon dioxide gets basically trapped in your lungs, because we think, oh, inhaling is the most important part, like inhale deeply. But then what happens is you're leaving residual carbon dioxide in your lungs, and that affects your nervous system, which causes you to be more stressed, because there's basically a toxin inside your body that you're not completely depleting yourself of. So not that we're all going to go around taking these huge inhales and exhales as we're walking around with our belly like going up and down, but like you need to just do this daily in the privacy of your home, or in maybe even in a yoga class, but really focus on making the exhale twice as long. I will say that my blood pressure has been kind of going up and down and being very erratic after years of it being completely very, very low. And it's because of my anxiety, because like there's nothing wrong with my heart. My doctors tell me everything is clear. I've done all kinds of specialized testing. And so really the issue with my blood pressure is more, they call it like a muscle skeletal, like stress. So, because I've even had chest pains for the last 3 days. Lindsay knows this, I told her about it, and it's frightening. So I actually saw my cardiologist today. Believe it or not, I have a cardiologist. Hey Debbie. Unfortunately, because there's heart disease that runs in my family, and I saw my GP, and they're both like, it's stress. And I feel crazy because it's like, why can't I just eliminate the stress? It's not as easy as it sounds. So this is one little shortcut thing you can do. It does lower your blood pressure, and there's a special machine. The machine is called Respirate. So it's RESPARATE. Hey Debbie. And this machine is $300. It's not cheap. You don't have to have the machine, but I got it. I'm just using the app before I get it. You actually wrap a belt around your waist, and it helps you with this breathing, but it's kind of monitoring how your body is breathing versus just kind of trying to do it on your own with an app. So apparently there's historical evidence, and it's cleared by the FDA, to drop your blood pressure, the top number, which is the systolic, I believe, by up to like 14 or 15 points. And I think the bottom, the diastolic, by something like 5 points. So just by slowing down your breathing, you know, that's why we always talk about yoga. It will actually drop your blood pressure. The way it helps with depression too is that by ridding your body of the carbon dioxide, and by the slow breathing, you're like increasing, I believe it's serotonin in your brain. You're basically increasing feel-good chemicals in your brain. So that's how the slow breathing also helps with depression. So anyway, it's just something that I'm like, I have to take control because like this is getting a little out of hand. And again, my CBD oil has been great, but this is an exceptionally difficult time of the year for me. And so it's just that extra time that I need a little extra something. And I just wanted to share that because I don't think people know. And that respiratory machine is actually considered biofeedback. So it's getting basically feedback on how your body is reacting to it to kind of help you. So it will kind of like dictate, oh, maybe you need a longer exhale here or whatever. So it doesn't just sit there and do nothing. There's a reason it costs $300. I'll have to kind of review it more when I get it. I feel like an old lady getting a machine like that. But honestly, it's like, it's so unhealthy the way that everybody walks around breathing these shallow breaths. And that is, if you breathe like that, which I do, it's a clear sign of anxiety. So be aware of how you're breathing and try, and again, like I said, use your diaphragm, make your exhales twice as long as your inhales, do it like 15 minutes a day, and you will definitely feel more calm. At the doctor today, my blood pressure was significantly lower than it has been. It's been up and down, but I'm convinced that this 15 minutes, and you can do it when you're driving, by the way, that breathe to relax. It doesn't affect your driving or anything at all. It's not like it puts you in some kind of meditation zone. You could easily drive doing it. I was just driving somewhere here now, and I was doing it a little bit. So it will really help your lungs too, because I feel like I don't have the strongest lungs. Like I get out of breath a little bit more easily. Probably I need a little bit more cardio conditioning, but definitely that kind of breathing can really help you utilize your lungs better, so you increase the strength of your lungs. Because if you know anything about your lungs, you end up going to a pulmonologist if you have a problem with breathing, who is a doctor who might say you have COPD, which has to do with your pulmonary system, which means that you're having a harder time basically breathing. It's like a lung disease. Anyway, I just wanted to share that with you because it's a very easy thing you do. That app is free. Again, the machine's expensive, but you know what? You can still use the app and get benefit out of it. I already have, and I don't know if it's a time of year that people are suffering, but Mother's Day is coming up. I know Lindsay can relate with me here on this one. It's hard if you don't have a mother, and all these kind of holidays and Father's Day, all these stuff brings up a lot of like issues for a lot of people who don't have parents, and they might get anxiety over it like I do. So this is something good that you can do. Anyway, nice seeing you ladies, and just wanted to drop that quick note before I grab something to eat, and I will chat with you soon. Have a great night. Bye-bye.